afternoon, everyone. It's been a lovely day over in England. 26 degrees. Yes, please. If you're American, you may be thinking, that ain't hot at all, bro. But it's humid over here. I get the heat is different over here. All right? Go away. Anyway, I think it's time that we actually get another boxing video on here, okay? Because boxing is my sport. Boxing is my sport. I've grown up with boxing, and I'm not going to lie, my channel is combat related in general. It's not just MMA, and it is leaning more towards the MMA side. So this is the perfect opportunity to get more boxing videos out. There's not too much going on in the boxing world at the moment, but there are some fights that I would like to discuss that are happening in the future, or that may be happening in the near future at some point. And one of those fights that I will specifically be talking about today and going through, analysing a little bit of both fighters, is Anthony Joshua versus Daniel Dubois. Now sit back, relax, and enjoy the rest of the video. Please don't forget to hit those like and subscribe buttons. It would really, really mean a lot to me, and I would appreciate it very much. It would help me out. Now enjoy the rest of the video. Now, from what I'm aware, this fight has not actually been confirmed, but AJ has teased it, okay? The IBF has recently confirmed to Sky Sports that it's not yet sanctioned a fight to happen between Anthony Joshua and Dubois for the IBF title. So the question is this fight actually going to be for a world title or not? It must be. It has to be. The IBF is vacant at the moment. Now, first off, let me just get straight to my prediction, and then I'll explain why afterwards. I think this fight is over within the first 5-6 rounds. Anthony Joshua for Daniel Dubois is a huge step up in class. It's a huge step up in opponent, because Daniel Dubois looked like, or appeared to be struggling against Filip Hrgović the other weekend. I know he won that fight. He won it off a doctor's stoppage, but there was a lot of, I wouldn't say dirtiness, because I don't think they meant to do it both, but there was a lot of head clashes, a lot of cuts opened up on Hrgović, which ultimately ended the fight. But I didn't see anything impressive from Dubois in that fight, like at all. And I think we should just go through that fight right now, and I'll walk you through my thoughts and my opinions and why I don't think that he'll do well against Anthony Joshua. So, pretty even matchups. I know Anthony Joshua is about 6'6", so a similar size to Filip Hrgović. Obviously, Joshua's about 33, 34 now, and I'm sure that he has a longer reach than Dubois. Joshua may come in heavier. So first off, what I'm going to be talking about is Dubois' defense. In this fight against Hrgović, defensively Dubois looked poor. As many people who would have watched that fight, you would have really seen Dubois as a walking punch bag, in the nicest way possible. He was a walking punch bag. The lateral head movement wasn't there. He was rarely slipping punches. He did eventually have a little bit of success with the slipping and stuff like that, and defensively, but it wasn't consistent enough. I think if you are going to go into a fight with Anthony Joshua, you really need to really need to knuckle down on that defense, because Anthony Joshua is going to be the hardest hitter that this man has probably ever fought in his life. I think he hits harder than Joe Joyce. He hits harder than Jarrell Miller. And also, by this stat here, in the round one, look at how many punches Hrgović threw compared to how many Dubois threw. Dubois threw just under half of the amount of punches that Hrgović threw. Obviously, that's not really what you want to see. Hopefully, this actually showcases what I mean about the head movement. Now, the first thing that I'm noticing also is he boxes very square. His guard is not tight at all. He's got a very open guard. As you can see here, there is a big gap in between his guard. That is basically pure jabbing territory in a way. Anthony Joshua's got very fast jab, very powerful jab. So Dubois is going to have to tighten up on that guard. Even these punches, the way he's throwing these punches, he's not necessarily throwing straight shots. They're kind of looping. No, he's throwing them from out wide and stuff like that. He's asking to get countered in a way. And against someone like Anthony Joshua, you are going to get countered. So there. Look how open his guard is. Completely split open. That needs to change. See how easy it was for Hrgović to just pop that cross down the middle. Anthony Joshua just knocked out Francis Ngannou with a cross. I know it's Francis Ngannou, but do not sleep on that right cross. That right hand is dynamite, okay? Filip Hrgovic's right hand is nothing compared to Anthony Joshua's right hand. But here, look, and he's throwing from the waist as well. Surely this, so you see he's throwing from the waist here. Also, the chin's open of Hrgović right here. Now, this really is perfect counter territory, but no, Dubois is kind of just going to sit back. And then he's going to throw that uppercut straight through the middle. The reason why that uppercut was able to go through the middle of the guard is because, once again, it wasn't tight enough. if you kind of see, it's wide open again. It's completely split open. Tuck these elbows in a little bit more. Keep the hands tighter to the head. See, there's an example of him actually rolling a punch, but there again, he gets caught. But here he gets caught on the back foot. He's allowing Hrgovic to pop these shots in. If he uses his jab, utilizes his jab properly, then he can keep him at distance and get on the front foot, keep Hrgovic on the back foot, and make him do all the work. So here he's got him on the back foot. That's lovely work. But then he's in the clinch. Ideally, you want to throw that combo, step back, but he's just willing to clinch. It's like he didn't actually want to throw a second phase of attack. Rest splits him up. But look at that guard. I need to find a good angle in this guard. So here's an issue with the headbutts, like I said. Coming head first, coming head first into the clinches, I'm pretty sure that's the issue. Or when they come inside the pocket, that's when the heads are clashing. But look, you see, hands completely down, hands low. Guard completely split open. So there's another break here. I'm not sure what this is for. This is for the cuts. So this is where the fight is over. This isn't the best video in terms of explaining Daniel Dubois' defense. Now, something I noticed also about Daniel Dubois, I mean, his punch resistance is quite low. It's quite weak. He's got quite a weak punch resistance. We saw this against Alexander Usyk. It kind of looked like he didn't have the heart to stay in there after that low blow. I mean, I know against Joe Joyce, he ended up forfeiting in the fight due to his eye injury, his fractured orbital bone and stuff like that. In a way, he kind of seems to give up at times. So once again here, right off the bat, I'm seeing that his guard is once again pretty open and square. His shoulders are very square. I see what he's trying to do with that left hand. He's trying to parry that lead hand away of Usyk's and then pop a jab in after. But there again, look, he had success at range. Keeping it at range. Boom, boom. Through to the body. Level changed. But this is where the jab needs to be stuck out more. See, look, he's utilizing the jab there. And I noticed in this fight as well, he started to actually box intelligently at certain points. He started to attack the body, which we know that Usyk is weak from, because in Usyk's second fight against AJ hurt him multiple times to the body, but for some reason Joshua didn't pounce on it. He didn't really have that killer instinct in the Usyk fight, sorry. But I'm liking what Dubois is doing here. But the issue is his guard is so low. He's so focused on parrying that jab and countering that jab that he's not focused on his defense. So Usyk there was so easily able to just pop a jab and then throw a backhand behind it. Really hard to see. Bang, bang. There it is again. Dubois easily backed up here. Usyk's now on the front foot. But now Usyk allows him to step into the center of the ring. Nice shot there from Dubois. Now, look, the low blows in this fight, I thought were a bit controversial. I think that was fucking on the belly button, just above the belt. But we know that Usyk cannot take a shot to the body. His punch resistance to the body is near to none. So there's that body shot. Perfectly set up. So look, he's waiting for it. He's waiting for Usyk to stick that hand out. He throws the jab. Usyk's guard's up. So Usyk's arm is up here, which leaves this side of his body completely open. So Dubois stuck his jab up to set up that final punch, and bang, he unloads it. Now that is a beautiful screw uppercut, I'd call it. Now obviously Usyk goes down and claims it's a low blow, but that hurt him. No way that was a low blow. That was straight onto the stomach. If this wasn't counted as a low blow, Dubois would have won the fight. Usyk was down for a long time and he was not recovering. Look, he's hurt. He's very hurt. And he claims, I mean, I know it's on the belt, but the punch is on the stomach, okay? I think his belt was very high in this. But look, beautiful setup. He waits for that jab to come out. He then counters it with a jab. And then that allows this hand to just screw under. Bang. Even Usyk came out after the fight and said in the press conference he hit me in the balls. That's bollocks. See, now Usyk looks a little bit faster on the feet, but now Daniel's trying to target the body. Now, this is actually the smartest I've ever seen Daniel box. I absolutely loved watching Dubois fight. I've been to a couple of Dubois' actual fights in person, and he's so entertaining, but usually he's not the smartest boxer. He just goes in there to stand and bang. And also, I think his boxing IQ is going to be a negative. You know, it's not going to favour him against Anthony Joshua, since Anthony Joshua is just so technical and so smart. So, you know, Usyk's trying to get underneath those punches and then throw something in the pocket. See here, look, though. The reason why he's getting caught with his silly shots is because he's letting Usyk back him up. But look at the guard. There. Arms down low to his side. Now his chin is completely open to any shot that Usyk wants to throw. Whether it be a hook, whether it be a straight, it doesn't matter. He's completely open. Now, if you look here, Usyk kind of feints him with the jab. So he catches him here, feint there, bang. Throws that backhand straight through the middle. This is the issue I was talking about at the start of the video, where Usyk is so susceptible to getting hit with a cross because that guard is just way too loose and way too wide. Nice head movement there, though, from Dubois. Once again here. He throws a singular punch. If he threw a jab or something like that afterwards, it wouldn't have allowed Usyk to come in and actually counter him with a straight shot. Now he's pinned up against the ropes. Nice head movement there. Working the body again. See, that hurt Usyk there. That really hurt Usyk. He did not like that at all. So now this is where he wants to be. But now he's getting reckless and the guard is completely down again. And now he gets countered. Bang. Completely open again. He drops those hands. He's looking for that big bomb. Nice left hook in there. Now Usyk's lunging. That's good footwork from Dubois. Usually a very heavy-footed fighter. You see there, look. Once again, what leads to him being knocked down? The guard is too low. It's actually like when he's on the back foot and his opponent's actually having success and he's on the attack. He doesn't know what to do. I mean, here he dropped a little shoulder roll in. But look. He held his arms out or his elbows out in a way that he'd keep his range. But it's weak. It's, once again, it is not tight enough. If you look back at the fundamentals of boxing, something that I was always taught was to keep a tighter guard, especially because I was a heavyweight. So he takes his time here. Takes the 8 count. Even as he's going down, he's not even trying to protect his head. Nice cross to the body, lovely left hook there as well. But Usyk just seems to be the more active fighter here. Throwing these shots through the middle. You see, look. A jab. See, a jab dropped him here. This is nothing against Usyk at all. It was a beautiful jab straight on the chin. I mean, if we watch it back, it's perfectly set up. Now, Dubois not mirroring Usyk at all here. His body is completely sideways. You'll see here. He gets caught with a jab straight on the side of the chin. But it's not like an instant, you know, he's not dropped instantly. He's kind of just thought about it. I think he gave up at this point. Controversial opinion, obviously. You can say, oh, I haven't been in the ring. I wouldn't get it. But he could have fought on. This is a world title fight at the end of the day. He could have thrown an absolute peach for body shot towards the end of the fight, like he did at the start of the fight. But if it wasn't low, maybe he could have won the fight. Maybe he actually could have done some damage. Because, let's be real, Dubois has dynamite in his hands, all right? Now, Anthony Joshua versus Kubrat Pulev was the, first fight in a long time that we saw the old Joshua back, okay? The warrior, the beast, okay? The Joshua who was out for blood. The Joshua who wasn't trying to box all the time. The Joshua who was trying to knock his opponent's heads clean off. That is the Joshua we need to see against Daniel Dubois. That is the Joshua we need to see against Alexander Usyk if that trilogy fight happens, or even against Tyson Fury. At the moment, I think this man beats everyone in the heavyweight division. Based off his current form, the man is out for blood. The man is only out for blood. I still think that in the second Usyk fight, Usyk was actually there to be beaten. This is what I mean about Joshua being hungry now. In the second fight against Usyk, Joshua didn't look hungry. He didn't look like the same fighter. He didn't look bloodthirsty. What I mean by this is Joshua hurt Usyk multiple times to the body, okay? Beautiful body shots, made him wince. He backs off and doesn't seem to follow it up. He doesn't want to go for the knockout for some reason. He was way too hesitant in those fights when he really could have retained the world titles when he really could have finished Usyk and got him out of there quite easily. But no, he backed off and let Usyk come inside and do the work that Usyk wants to do. Now, the reason why I'm getting this Kubrat-Pulev fight up is because this fight, from what I remember, is the perfect example of his crosses, his straight right hands. Joshua has a 4-inch reach advantage on Dubois, but he's a little bit lighter in this, okay? I don't know how heavy he'll come into the fight against Dubois in, but maybe he'll come in heavier, but it kind of depends. I mean, I know he was weighing in lighter against Usyk and people like that, mainly because probably he was trying to outbox him. He was trying to look to outbox him. He looks thin against Kubrat-Pulev, in my opinion. And also, his stance in this was completely different to what it usually is. He stood up tall. I'll show you what I mean in a minute. See what I mean about him standing up tall? He's looking for these counter punches. But look at that fast jab. Look how fast that jab is. Bang, straight through the middle every time. And Joshua is not afraid to let those hands go. 4-punch combination there by Joshua. And the punch variation is fantastic. Then again, looking at the Dubois-Hrgovic fight, the variation of punches was not there. Okay, it was the same punches thrown. He'd lunge him with hooks, he barely threw straights. He'd go for the jab every now and then, but he wasn't having a lot of success with the jab, Dubois wasn't. Whereas Joshua has that punch variation, and I don't know if Dubois will be able to handle that, or be able to react quickly enough to actually do something about it. See, look, lovely jab to the body there. Getting into his opponent's head there. Boom. Now that pull counter, now if I can get this in slow motion. Now if you see here, Pulev throws that jab. Joshua's out of the way. He drops that left arm. Boom. There's that looping right hand over the top. That pull counter, absolutely beautiful. Boom. And then follows it up with the hooks. Making the most out of Pulev's dropped guard. Boom. Throws an uppercut there. Follows it up with the jab. Keeps him at range. Throws another uppercut there. Now he's using that left arm to gauge his distance, and it is working out for him very well. Gonna get this in full playback speed now. But look at the variation of punches. He's going for uppercuts. He's going for hooks. He's hungry in this fight. And this wasn't even when Joshua was at his best. Kubrat-Pulev turning his back, and Joshua still wanted to go for more, not even letting him off the hook. Boom. First knockdown there. Even there, Joshua just looks like the man in charge. Pulev throwing that dirty little right shot there at the end of the bell. Joshua not liking it at all. Boom, there's that right hand. He utilised the uppercut in this fight beautifully. Look, we know Joshua has a beautiful uppercut. He hit Vladimir Klitschko with an absolute bomb of an uppercut. He knocked out Dillian White's Sparko with an uppercut. He has a fantastic uppercut. And that guard of Dubois, that completely open square guard, his chin is open, okay? That jab, not only throwing single jabs, he's throwing doubles. See, that will allow Joshua to keep him at range and also put Dubois on the back foot, because as we saw in a couple of the other fight highlights that I showed you, Dubois does not like being having the pressure on him. He steps back and allows himself to get pinned up against the ropes. So even there, Joshua, I think Joshua knows he's made a mistake there, but he drops in, but he still manages to avoid these punches. Gets caught a couple times there. Not just starting off combos with jabs, by the way, okay? Starting off combos with left hooks, starting off combos with right hands. Lovely jab there. Jab sets up the right cross. Boom. Perfectly timed jab. Uses that second jab, might I add, as well. So he throws that. Uses this second jab to get his distance back. And then obviously, with the twist of the back foot, he'll get a lot more distance on that right hand. Boom. Lands it flush on the button. Lovely footwork there. There, again, not getting caught with shots. Got caught coming inside with a jab there. Lovely roll. Almost steps into a punch there, but out of the way once again. And even here, when Kubrat lunges in for a punch here, he lunges in for punches, Josh still manages to counter him with that left hook there. Okay? He's looking for that counter at all times. Even when he's on the back foot at times, he's looking for that counter. Look at that jab. 4 jabs right there. Not allowing Pulev to actually throw anything back. Bang, bang. Straight back at him, okay? 2 uppercuts, 3 uppercuts. Bang. And none of these are soft shots, by the way, okay? Boom. There's the first uppercut. There's the second. Constantly changing levels, all right? Constantly level changing. We did see Dubois do this against Usyk. Obviously, because that main target was the body against Usyk. Uppercut, 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 uppercut. 4 uppercuts in a row there. Also another move that your opponent probably will not be expecting. So Joshua's hurt him here. Catches him with the uppercut again, coming out of the clinch. And boom. There's the knockout punch, all right? Get straight back up. Sets up that right hand with a jab. And then boom, unloads it. The question is, how many of those will Dubois be able to take? And I don't think a lot of them, okay? Dubois' chin's been tested, okay? It's been tested against Joe Joyce, and it has been tested against Usyk in their fight. Usyk knocked the guy out with a jab. Now, lastly, we're going to be looking at Anthony Joshua versus Otto Wallin. Now, this is a more recent Joshua. This is a violent Joshua. This is possibly the best I've seen Joshua in a while. I think actually now he's got the right coaching staff. He's been changing coaches over the last few years, multiple times actually. He's not really stuck with a coach for a while. And I think coaches have been actually trying to focus on boxing with him. Whereas I don't think to win him fights, he shouldn't try to outbox fighters. He should try to knock him out. Yes, he actually does have a very good boxing IQ. He does have very good boxing, but the man's a devastating puncher, and he should utilize that the most he can. Oh, I've made a mistake. Oh, Shama. Now, Joshua fighting a little bit differently. He's not stood as tall. He's got a wider stance. Look at the head. The head dips every now and then. Still keeping that left arm out for range. Boom. So what I noticed there as well is he actually staggered his punches and staggered the timing on his punches. He throws the jab. Bang, bang. Throws the right hand. Staggers that left hook. Okay. Well, staggers the timing, I should say. He's waiting for that opening. He's waiting for the timing. He seems a little bit more reckless in this fight. Boom. Perfect counter punch and backs it up with the left hook. Then varies the punches to the body. So look here. He level changes, throws the jab to the body, sets up that left hook to the body, and then throws up top. Beautiful, beautiful level changing. Now steps back, resets, and comes straight back in for more. But he's being patient. Lunges in with that right hand. Beautiful jab again. Switches it up to the body. Now he's not only throwing the jab to the body, he's throwing the cross down the pipe as well. Boom. Starting off the combination with the right hand, finishing it off with a left hook. Bang. Finishes the round to the body, by the way, as well. So here's that counter. Flips it. Right hand, left hook. Beautiful counter, okay? I want to watch that again. So Wallin goes to throw. Boom. Joshua slips it. That right hand is down low, right here. Throws it over the top. Bang. And then the left hook comes in. So he goes for it. And then he goes. Boom. Boom. Joshua goes for it. And then he says, actually, I'm not going to get greedy. I'm going to sit back. I'm going to reset. And then we start over again. Bang. Bang. Flush. And then Otto Wallin retired in his corner. Couldn't take the damage, couldn't take the power. This fight kind of saddens me a bit, but it doesn't, because I'm an Anthony Joshua super fan, if you could tell. Now, Joshua against Ngannou, he wasn't actually afraid to step inside. And also, do you really want to be boxing at range against Ngannou? Do you kind of want to be sat in the pocket and throw these short shots off to the body and to the head? I think personally, I'd rather sit in the pocket, because then Ngannou doesn't have the range to throw those bombs, to throw those shots. Joshua's just trying to gauge. Joshua looks relaxed, stood up tall. Using that jab to get his distance in right. Double jabs. Stepping back. Nice light footwork as well from Joshua. So there's that success again with the straight right hand with Joshua. That was for the first knockdown. So there, Joshua having a lot of success with the jab. And boom. Once again, the same shot against Otto Wallin. And Ngannou throws the jab. Slip. Bang. Right hand through the middle. Right hand over the top, sorry. And Ngannou goes down. Now here is the money shot right here, okay? This is the straight right I'm on about. And this is the straight right that I think Daniel Dubois is going to walk onto too many times. Boom. Look how calm, cool and collected he is. He is in the right mindset at the moment, I think. You know what I mean? I think before he wasn't in the right mindset, you know, after fighting Usyk, he had that post-fight speech, made himself look like a mug. He's got the right mindset at the moment. I think all he wants to do is just fucking wipe everyone out. Now let's watch the slow-mo on this. Boom. Just a right hand straight through the pipe. He even drops that left hand. Drops that left hand. And just walks off. Acts like nothing happened. So as you see here, he kind of drops his shoulders. Boom. It looks like it makes Ngannou think that he's going to throw to the body or he's going to throw low. But then obviously he throws that right hand over the top. That is something that I think is going to work out heavily in Joshua's favour against Dubois. Now look, I know I said I'm an Anthony Joshua super fan, which I am, by the way. I've always been an Anthony Joshua super fan. He is my hero. It might not sound like it, but that is me being completely unbiased about that fight. That is what I think that is truthfully what I think is going to happen in that fight, okay? Look at my fucking wonky nose. Ugh. Also, Dubois is the younger man. I don't think he's as experienced as Joshua. He's had one title fight, which he's lost. Joshua being two-time world champion as well. And I'm pretty sure Joshua must have that mental edge over Dubois at the moment as well. What Dubois really needs to go do against Joshua, sort out that guard, okay? Tighten up that guard. We don't see a lot of fighters trying to work the body of Joshua because he's pretty shredded. I don't really think he's going to get hurt to the body anytime soon. I mean, he could try it, but I think he should focus on the head, mainly because Joshua's chin has been tested a few times. It's been tested by Usyk. It's been tested by Vladimir Klitschko. It's been tested by Andy Ruiz. So we have two very, very, very heavy-hitting heavyweights. That's like a tongue twister. Fighting each other, or could be fighting each other, sorry. But personally, I just think that Joshua is the more well-rounded fighter. He's the more intelligent fighter, and he is the more experienced fighter as well, okay? Joshua has had success on the big stage. He's not had success on the big stage at some points. Dubois hasn't had any success on the big stage at the moment. I know he's quite, would you say early on in his career? He's probably in the middle of his career, I know that. But he seems to feel the pressure a lot more on the big stage. Whereas I think Joshua's used to it now. Every fight that Joshua has been in recently has been on the big stage. There is a lot of pressure, a lot of weight on his shoulders at the moment because there is a huge expectation for Joshua at the moment to beat everyone. Let's be real, a lot of the British fan base had given up on Anthony Joshua after he lost to Usyk twice. But now Joshua has actually got his head down. He's humbled himself. He's in the right frame of mind, the right mindset. And now he's back to his winning ways and he's back to where he was before, okay? He is back to being a world beater. Anyway, guys, I really hope you enjoyed that boxing video. There will be more boxing videos coming out soon. I really hope you enjoyed that kind of style of video I was doing with the little bit of just watching it through and talking about it, discussing it. I don't know if I can actually use half of these videos I'm using, but I haven't been told off for it yet. So if I get told off for it, I'll have to find a way around how to use them and stuff like that. But anyway, thank you guys for watching, okay? Thank you guys for actually supporting me recently throughout the channel, and I really appreciate you guys' support. Even though I'm not a very big channel at the moment, I will be once this is all sorted out. It's going to be good, it's going to look good, the quality of content is going to go up, and the consistency of content is going to go up as well. Yesterday's MMA video, I was very tired and I was just not enthusiastic at all. The research wasn't there. Anyway, guys, I've been a Not So Combat Specialist because I suck. Peace out.